Hey Bree, why don't you stop that right now? Can you go lay down? No, she wants to play the ball. Hi everybody, welcome to the show. Um, Today is episode 161, I believe. I have a finished object. I have some whips. Well, not really, more like just cast on and one to be cast on. Um, Welcome to my knitting channel. I'm sorry, it's been a while because last time I saw you was Thanksgiving, the day before Thanksgiving, I think, and we were getting ready to have our floors redone, and that happened, and it took 6 days. They were here for 6 days. It was a literal nightmare. I'm not even kidding. It was terrible. And it really messed up my whole routine and everything. And routine, I live or die by routine. So it's been really hard getting my life back together. And I haven't been wanting to knit, and I think I'm like depressed or something. Like I thought it was the menopause, but I've been on the estrogen for too long. It shouldn't be that anymore. So I don't know what's going on with me. But I don't have access to my doctors because our Congress here let there were provisions once COVID hit for certain for us to have the telehealth, so we could see our doctors through phone calls or through video calls. So you could see your doctor that way, and the insurance would cover it. And so just before Christmas, when was it? Before Christmas, before Thanksgiving. I'm trying to remember. I had an appointment that I had to cancel about my hormones. I had an appointment I had to cancel because they had just failed to renew it. So I can't see any of my doctors not in person. All doctor visits have to be in person now. All of my doctor visits have to be in person now. And my menopausal doctor is my surgeon who did my surgery almost 3 years ago, and she is in a completely different county. So one of the reasons that I felt comfortable to move was I can see all my doctors through telehealth. It doesn't matter because our government had said we're going to make this permanent, and then they never did. So it's not just that all of everyone's premiums are going up. They've took away our access for a lot of people, especially people in there's supposed to be provisions for rural people, but I haven't seen how you do that. There hasn't been any more information of how to actually do that. So I don't know what's going to happen. Bree, seriously, can you just take a nap? Anyway, all of that is to say I think I'm going to take a break from the show for right now because I'm just not. I'm not wanting to knit. I mean, I've been wanting to knit, but then I don't knit. So I don't know if it's depression or something else. And anyway, I really think it's better if I don't have the added pressure on myself. Not that anyone is pressuring me to do this show. I am pressuring me to do this show, and I don't want any additional pressure as I try to figure out what is happening and try to get through the winter here. There's no snow. So it's just cold and gross, muddy. Anyway, So yeah, I'm not going to be on any sort of, I'm not going to post on any sort of schedule. Not that anyone, watches me that much anyway, but it's just too much for me to keep up with for right now. I'm sorry. So anyway, let's talk about what I did finish. My finished object is the ribbon scarf by, was this Pearl Soho? Pearl Soho, which is a fingering weight version, and I did a bigger version. And I didn't do it the way they did, but I should have, because the way they did it was, it started with leaving, I think, 20 yards of wool and doing a provisional cast on, and then working the tube, and then decreasing when you're, I think it was like 62 inches, and then decreasing, and then you pick up your beginning from the provisional cast on, and then you work the same decreases so they match, because my tips don't match at all. One is stubby and one is pointier, which is why I haven't finished, because I'm trying to decide if it bothers me. And this is with me trying to go through the top of this one to make it pointier. It did not help at all. So I'm trying to decide if I want to pull back. And but then I'm like, who's really going to notice, right? Who's going to even be looking? This is alpaca silk cashmere, I think. I don't remember. It's a base from, I don't remember who. It's not Wool to Die For, and it's not Nomad. And those are the two places I purchase undyed yarns from the most. So I don't know who this is from. I got this from another dyer who was getting rid of stock, because I wanted to try it, and I really liked it. It's really soft. It's alpaca silk cashmere, right? And held with the Surrey alpaca silk. So I wanted something really nice and soft, and I don't know how warm it is, but I wanted something that was kind of, because I'm getting older, and I wanted something that would kind of cover up the neck a little bit. And you can wrap it a couple times. You can wrap it however many times you want. It's pretty long, so you can wrap it. The only thing I've noticed is that because it's a tube, it doesn't always lay flat, so I'm always having to like readjust where it is and stuff like that. But I haven't decided on the finishing or anything. I'm sorry. I have no makeup on my, I have not done my hair. I just let it air dry, and then I put it up in a bun to sleep. So I'm really having a hard time. I'm very sorry. So anyway, that pattern is written for fingering weight, but I held the two fingering weight with the Surrey alpaca. So I went up, I think I used a 4mm. So I had to change the stitch count, which was relatively easy to figure out. I did look at, where's my phone? I did use another, I don't know why I didn't write it here. Okay, ribbon scarf. So I used that ribbon scarf by Pearl Soho for like the measurements and stuff, but then I looked at this pattern called Sweet Lil Scarfette by Amba O'Brien, which is free, and it looks like this. But this was on, let's see, fingering plus lace. So she did this on a 4mm. So I used these, this gauge to help me figure out what I ended up doing with that. What did I end up doing with that? Let's see, because I wrote it all down. I know I started with 4. Okay, I did this. I cast on 4 stitches. Then the setup was knit front and back, knit front and back, knit front and back, knit front and back. Then join. So here, I would just provisional cast on 4 stitches. And then I would have done... So it's a 3-row repeat of the first and second row round are knit all stitches. And then the third round is the increase round, which I did on... I used 2 circulars, so I just put half the stitches on the front needle and half the stitches on the back needle, so it was easier to keep track of where I was. And then I used a stitch marker for my increases. Whenever I increased, I would move the stitch marker to the next time I did an increase, so I could count it. So this was KFB knit, then KFB knit 1. So I always use knit X as my, usually it says knit to last 3, but I hate that. So, because I can look at this and go, KFB knit 1, I need 3 stitches. So I just do knit X. It's my own shorthand. KFB knit 1. So you do that on front needle twice, so then you do it on the back needle. So you're just making 2 little triangles that are together. So I repeat 3 rounds until 14 stitches on each needle, which is a total of 28 stitches. And then I worked until 6.25 long. Okay, so wait, if you're going to do this, then what you would do is leave enough room for all of that. You would start with a cast on provisional cast on of 28, work 62.5 inches, and then for the decrease, I actually had to look this up, and if you were coming this way, to see which way they lean for a nice edge, and the pink one is the edge. This has a nice edge. So for the edges, I did an SSK knit X, so knit to last 2 and do a knit together, and repeat that on your back needle, and then a round of knit and a round of knit, then decrease again until you decrease to 4 stitches. Then I just stopped and I cut the end and wove it through the last 4 stitches. So that's what I did. Very easy. Took forever because I hate using, I like working in the round if it's actually in the round. So I don't like magic loop, and I don't like DPNs, and I don't like 2 circulars is my compromise for when I have to do it. I have no other choice. But I did have my smaller, my Chogu shorties, whatever. But this is the smallest it was, and it wasn't small enough for this. So I didn't want to take a chance of stretching it out or anything, so I went ahead and did on 2 circulars, which is why it took forever, because I didn't want to do it. I'd much rather just stay in the round and just knit in the round. My favorite is 16-inch needles. Those are my favorite. So if I'm going to make anything smaller than a hat, circumference smaller than a hat, and then I get irritated and I don't want to do it because I don't like going smaller than that. So this was not my favorite project. So that is finished. I also dyed that myself, 4% Pro Chem Wash Fast Black. My whips, I started the, what's it called? Oh My, it's a vest called Oh My by Angeline Webb. It looks like this. It's worked bottom up, so I'm here. So I have not done that part yet because I've been trying to watch Stranger Things, and I haven't even finished Stranger Things yet, and I cannot. I have to watch that show because there's so many Easter eggs. You gotta pay attention. So I've started this. I've got through, I think, the first 4 rounds, which were just knit and purl, and then once it came to the actual design of the shells, I was like, I gotta put this down. I can't focus. So then, what I decided to do after that is I have this. Do I have the thing for it? I do. I bought this last year. This was Malabrigo and Blue Sky holiday kit from last year. And it's the Union cowl. So I have the pattern, but I don't really like how open the front is. So what I was going to do is I have done this Bonjour High from Espis Tricot, and it's now a paid pattern, but before it wasn't, and it was in my library, so I have it for free. It is a cowl. It just has a different, I like the opening of this cowl. The problem is this is in DK weight, and the kit is fingering weight. Here are the colors. Fingering weight. And it starts with this Surrey alpaca silk. And since it's done on 4s, I didn't want to start with this, so I dyed. These doesn't even look close. These are close. That's so hilarious. I'm surprised how this looks blue because the silk part of it took blue, but the actual, whoa, these are actually pretty. It doesn't look in this light, but with your eyeball it looks the same except for the blue part in the one. But I don't care because if I work this lace in a 4, I know it's gonna it's the neck of the thing will be too breezy, and I don't want it breezy. So I did a second one so I could hold it double. And it should be enough that even though this is really, really warm and this is really cool, I don't think it's gonna be a problem when it's worked up together. Because both of these look fine with the colors, so I'm not worried about it. Plus, I just wanted to not be cold in that part of it because I didn't want it lacy at the top of it. So I haven't even cast this on though. I have it ready to go because I have to cast on 100 stitches and I don't want to. So I think what I'm doing is the Espis Tricot, the Bonjour, has a large size that starts with 100. So I think I'm going to make the large size, and then once it's once I've done all the increases, I think I'm just going to let it go, like let it just continue going until I run out of yarn, because what's the point? But this like has ripples. Can you see so it's stockinette and reverse stockinette, that's all it is. But I don't really like to purl, so I was thinking that it's got this like, I don't know what to call that type of, I don't know, texture. I don't like it. So I was trying to figure out, I really like the Bonjour, and I've made a lot of those with a different neckline. Let's see if I can find a better picture of what it looks like. So it would be this just longer, and I'm wondering if I instead of doing that ribbing at the bottom, if I do something like, I don't know, broken rib, maybe a broken rib. That broken rib looks really good on the fingerless mitts I have. So I might do broken rib on that. But I haven't even, that's been last night and the night before, and I still haven't done, I just can't get to it. I just can't get to it. I don't know what my problem is. So I don't know how my hair looks dirty when I just washed it. I just let it air dry is probably the problem. The mourning doves are walking along the roof, if you can hear that. There's 12 of them. I have a flock of 12 that have been hanging around. I thought birds left in the winter. They don't leave in the winter. They just eat more. There's less of them, but they eat more, and they come every day. I have, there's 12 mourning doves. There's also a flock of juncos, dark-eyed juncos. We have a titmouse or two. I've seen two of them at the same time. We have cardinals, blue jays, house sparrows, house finches, goldfinches, which is cool because in the winter they turn a gray-green instead of the bright yellow. Black-capped chickadees, red-breasted nuthatches. Is it red-breasted red-breasted nuthatches? We also have the regular nuthatches, but I don't see them nearly as much as the red-breasted ones. Them and the chickadees, the black-capped chickadees, because I always think those are nuthatches and they're not. They have a totally different body shape. And has that been it? Oh, I found a fox squirrel fox sparrow. So that's the newest one that I've identified. I think I've identified like 30 different birds. Oh, there's two different tree woodpeckers. There's two different woodpeckers out yesterday morning. There's crows. You hear that? There's crows in the neighbor yards, but they don't come over here. I think the blue jays keep them away. And they don't come here to feed. Oh my God. I have 3 feeding stations. I have one out here and one small one out here by the garage, and then another one in the front. So we get a lot of birds. And that's what I've been paying attention to most lately. So watching Stranger Things. And are you watching Stranger Things? They left, the Duffer Brothers left a list of episodes we should rewatch. So I'm going to do that after I'm caught up. So I got to get caught up for the finale. I'm trying to stay off all social media so I don't get spoilers, because I don't want any spoilers. I've had so many spoilers already, and I'm like, not even there, just wait. Because I have to pay attention, you know. I can't just zone out. Like, I've already had to keep starting them over because I can't keep attention. Anyway, I got a bed. I got a king-size adjustable bed because I have a room now. Instead of sleeping in the craft room, I can sleep in an actual bedroom that isn't, the size of a closet. So I got a big adjustable bed, and because I used to sleep in a recliner because I can't sleep flat because of my... Have you noticed I'm not sniffling as much today? I'm on a new medication that is drying out my entire face. Like my lips, my sinuses, I get dry eye. and my lips are peeling up but I still have the mucus in my throat. That won't go away. It's been terrible, but I'm supposed to go have a allergy test in January, and I can't because I just read the stuff that you have to be off all these meds before you can go in, and they want me off my psych meds for 3 days. 3 days before I have to stop my psych meds, and I'm like, I can't. There's a zero way that's going to happen, because how am I supposed to get in the car and get there without my psych meds? It's not happening. So I got to call them up. But it's Christmas time, so I'll call next week, or yeah. I'll try to call like Monday, maybe. Someone will be working. And then they said there's 70 injections, 70 on your arms. So they do like your arm and then your arm. 70. And they're like, if you don't like needles, your doctor can order a blood test. And I'm like, why didn't you lead with that? Because I don't want to go in. You want me there, no medication, and you want me to allow you to stick me 70 times with a needle? No, absolutely not. Like, I was going to double up my meds. I was going to take the entire day's worth to get there, which is what I do, so I can go to like the dentist or wherever else I gotta go if it's real bad. The dentist is a real bad one for me, so I have to take my entire day worth to get through that, and that means I can't take any more for the rest of the day, and it is terrible. So I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to do all that with no meds, having been off meds for 3 days. Like, I'm like, that can't happen. That's just not gonna happen. So I gotta call and see what else we can do, because that's a nightmare. So anyway, that's all I got going on. So I think as I finish stuff, I'll pop on, and maybe once I get through January, I might be feeling better. I'm not sure. I don't know what to do. I've been trying to stay off social media. Well, that's my new goal, because I was on it yesterday, and I keep getting these ads for that Cure. It's called Cure Micro Infusion System. It's this freaking bottle with needles that you stamp into your face when you're old. And everyone that uses it is gorgeous. And I'm like, no, you're not tricking me. So anyway, I kept seeing ads on Instagram especially, and I screenshot every single ad I found while I was on Instagram, and I was on Instagram for 20 minutes was it 8:10 to 8 how long was it? I don't remember. It was like 20 minutes. And I saw 20 ads. Some of them were the same ad, and some of them it was all for the same product. And I didn't even count regular stupid beauty ads. Like, you need this cream, you need this whatever. Because I'm inundated with beauty products everywhere I go. Like, anti-aging, everything. It's bombarding me everywhere online. I even saw that's for that Cure stuff on the TV. I don't even have real TV. I don't have like real TV. I have Roku TV, so it's made up TV. I don't even know how you get your commercials on there, because we don't have like the regular commercials that everybody has. So it's not like I'm watching ABC regular, TV, and I get ads. I don't know how. I'm wondering now if these are targeted to me too. Getting them on Facebook. I'm trying to block them, and because it's under other people's names, it keeps coming. Like, they must have a giant social media campaign of all these different influencers. I don't like to take advice from influencers because they're idiots that get paid to say stuff. So I'm trying to stay away from everything that's bombarding me with stuff. So make more knitting videos for me to watch. Please. Okay. It's getting dark because it's 2 in the afternoon and it's already getting dark. I feel like I need a nap or something. I'm so tired. Anyway, I want to watch more Stranger Things and hide out. And I did start reading not Dracula, Frankenstein, which I talked about last time. Was it Project Gutenberg or something? Free old book. Because I went on Amazon because I was like, there has to be, that's copyright free. There has to be a version. I could not find one. I could not find a free one. Everything was like 99 cents. I'm like, I'm not paying 99 cents to read a free. And none of them were even the original version that I wanted to read. I want to read it updated, annotated. I want exactly how Mary Shelley intended. That's what I want to read. So I ended up, did I tell you my library card? They make you renew your library card every year, and I didn't. And because I've never had to ever in my life had to renew a library card. Is that normal? Because I've never had to do that. And I've had library cards since I was like here, since we moved here when I was in first grade. Never had to renew my library card. Maybe it's because those people at the library knew who I was. I don't know. But now I can't check out any ebooks because my library card has been turned off because I didn't renew it, and I'm like, this is so stupid. But then that means I gotta go into town with my library card and my license and get them to and I just can't be. It's really like out of the way, and I'm not going in there for anything, so I don't want to do. Oh, this lost the light. Okay, that's a sign. I gotta go. I'll see you when I see you. Okay, take care of yourselves. Bye.